Evos. All right. Is this it? No, it's the wrong one. Hold on. Wrong one. All right, let's see if it's working now. No, that's yesterday's. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can tell if it's working now. But first I have to find it. Can y'all see my other live? Okay, here it is, here it is. All right, let's see. Where's my volume? Here it is. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, I have sound. All right. Okay, so go over to the other live. I was just going to come on and let y'all know what's going on. Okay, so we're set now, and I'm going to get started, okay? Go to the other one. Okay. So I have a problem with this Mevo, apparently. Okay, that's the one I tried to use last night. All right. Okay, so we don't need that. All right. I think we're all set now. Woohoo! Technology, you gotta love it. Okay. So what I was saying, when the sound so rudely decided not to work, we are doing a project with another evergreen. However, this is going to be a completely different type of project than what we did last night. So it's going to be very different. We actually have mesh we're going to put in. We're going to put in some ribbon. And we have, look at these picks. I love these. All right, so we have several picks. I love these flowers. See this? So you know that black and white buffalo plaid is really popular. So it's super easy to find replacements for what I'm using tonight, okay? Any black and white mesh will do. Any black and white ribbon will do. These are all cut at 20 inches. Okay? So we're going to cut one more. And then we're going to fluff this out and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it. Okay? So let's get zoomed in here a little bit. That was Belle's treats. Oh, we're all good. Okay, so I like to use, when I can, the entire roll because there's just no sense in wasting it, right? Y'all, I am not one who is going to pull out old mesh and use it. It's just really not my thing. Okay, so we'll save this piece just in case we want to use it. But I cut everything at 20 inches. Okay. So we should have at least 17 or 18 pieces to work with. Okay. This is our ribbon. All right, so we have a black and white plaid, and this has the little snowflakes on it. So what I like about this is it's gonna work for Christmas and it's gonna work for winter. Then we have a Let It Snow, and I thought another appropriate one would be, so you know they have a ton of these at Sam's Club. So if you don't have any black and white ribbon, go look there because this is great value. It's 50 yards and it's like $7. Okay? There is tons of black and white stuff everywhere. It's in Hobby Lobby, it's in Michael's, it's just everywhere. So just get whatever you can find because you're still going to be able to do the exact same thing, okay? All right, so what we want to do is we want to fluff it up first. And I like to cheat because I find that fluffing takes a long time and it kind of drives me a little nuts. So I just take my hands in a scooping motion and I just kind of scoop it up. Alright, and then I only have to fix little pieces here and there. If your hands hurt, you put some gloves on and then do it. Yeah, you could do like kitchen gloves or something. Anyways, this is really fast. It's a lot faster than any of the other ways that I've learned and tried to do. Okay. These evergreens are pretty easy to find. You can get them at Hobby Lobby, Michael's. I know, I love black and white too. Where did I put that? Well, I was going to show y'all something cool I did today, but I don't know what I did with it. Okay, so we have it fluffed out. So see, nothing is laying flat. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be putting a lot of stuff in it. And we're going to be doing a lot of things in it. Oh, there you go. She said Joanne's has them. That's awesome. So I will go to Joanne's and see if you can find some. Alright. So let me say first, if y'all had any trouble watching the video last night, it is on Kajabi. It was also emailed out this afternoon. So you can watch it either place. Alright, so we have our mesh rolled and cut 20 inches. And so this is what we're going to do. We're going to take it and we're just going to kind of roll in just a little bit, okay? And then I'm just going to gather it in my hand just like this. Alright, so this is a messy ruffle. This is what I call a messy ruffle. And I'm going to take it, I'm going to go, and I'm going to tie it down with 2 pieces, okay? And then just kind of fluff it out a little. This is how you're going to do it. You're going to put one on the outside, one in, out, in, out, in. That's how we're going to go all the way around. Okay? So, we just, one little curl, and then bring it in. It does not need to be all nice and neat. And you can tie it with 1 tie or 2 ties. I'm tying it with 2. Okay. Alright, and then again, one nice little roll, and then gather it. We're going back to the outside. And this fills it in a lot. And you don't have to use as much mesh. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Okay, so 1 roll. Y'all, this is the kind of stuff we do in the design group all the time. This is why I love it so much. Because I get to show them stuff that I can't show other places. Yeah, who wants to win a bow tonight? Okay, let me tell you all this. So we're going to randomly pick someone who registered on Kajabi. Y'all, this is why you need to be registered. To get a Santa wreath kit. If you already have the Santa kit, you will get one of the hot cocos. So a wreath kit. Right. Actually, I think I'm going to move, so I have a whole bunch of empty right here. So I want to move this over. I don't want a ton of empty. Right. We want some empty because we're going to put ribbons there. And you see how I'm just kind of pulling it up so it's kind of dispersing with the Robin Douglas Wowski. Girl, if I try to say your name, I am going to butcher it. So Robin Douglas something is our winner. Y'all, I'm horrible. I'm horrible with names. I'm horrible with spelling. I am totally a math person. I can't pronounce things. Nope. But it's yours. I saw your name pop up. And it's yours. Yeah, so the kit will be just randomly picked through a random generator. Okay. Righty. So you see how cute that is? See how cute it is with the white and the black kind of poking out? Yep, so get with Casey and we will get your address and we will get your bow maker out to you. We sent out Rebecca's today. So we're going to get it out right away. It's already packed up and ready to go. And then we'll have another bow maker tomorrow and another little prize. I'm thinking we might do Kajabi is what you signed up on. It is what hosts the videos and things. That's where you opted in so that we could send you emails about all the goodies. Okay. Alrighty. I love this already. We haven't even gotten that far. Oh yes, and the other one tomorrow is going to be a ribbon set. So a Holly Jolly ribbon set. It's a set with 12 ribbons in it. So there will be more to come. All right, so we went up, now we go down. All right, and I go over a couple inches and then tie it in. Once I tie it in, then I'll kind of spread it out because what I want is that little inner kind of in and out look. Oh no! Okay, so one good roll. See now, for people who don't do much with mesh and don't really know how to do a ruffle, this is the perfect way. It's a lot easier than doing the regular ruffles. So start doing it this way. And you can use evergreens all year round, okay? It does not have to just be Christmas. So look here. This exact same one could do a really cute Easter bunny in black and white, because you know there are going to be Easter bunnies with black and white out. It's going to happen. All right, so curl once, pull in, just like that. Okay. And y'all, when you learn something from me, you are definitely allowed to reuse it, okay? I don't have those you can't reuse it rules. Those don't exist in my world. I don't like those rules. Because what's the point of learning it if you can't use it? Well, I can't get it back on. I was going to try to put Mevo back on. It went out, but I can't reach it. I'm short. Do y'all know I'm really short? I am very short. Yeah, if you're having trouble finding things, it's just probably because you didn't go through the regular channel. But all you do, there's a link in here to the Kajabi. Just go and register because we send out the supply list, the link to all the stuff is in Kajabi. My design group is also registered through Kajabi. And we would love to have you. Are you short too? Yep, I'm 5'2". And probably, oh y'all, I just dropped all the ribbon in the floor. Yep, it's officially now one of my lives because everything just went in the floor. It's okay though. It's right here and I can get it easily. Yeah. It's funny because you watch people online and you think they are different than they are because they look taller or whatever. 20 inches, yes. So, it's kind of funny when you meet them in person and people say to me all the time, I thought you were taller. It's like, no, that's just because there's nobody standing next to me so that you can see I'm short. Because it's just me and the camera. And if my mom or dad is standing next to me, you're still not going to be able to tell because they're short. Yep. Luckily, my boys got their dad's height and not their mom's. Okay. So we're going to do top here. Okay. All right. Now, I have all of the mesh in that I need. I have one piece left. We're going to save this piece. Well, actually, we have this piece and the small piece, and we're going to save those, okay? All right. Let me get all these ribbons out of the way. All right, so we're going to make a couple bows. And tonight we're using the bow maker. So we did a hand bow last night. Yeah, she's back there getting her spot. Look, I'll show you, look. She's moving all the blankets so that she can get her perfect spot. And y'all, she is spoiled rotten. She really wants to be, she really wants to have a blanket. She doesn't want to sit on just the couch. No, she has to have a blanket. I think that's funny. Yeah. So it's about 17 pieces that I put on here. And remember, all you do is you go one on the bottom, one on the top. You're just alternating, just like this. Okay, over about an inch or so. You know, about an inch or two. All right. So we're going to start with our bow. We're making 2 bows. Okay. So let's dovetail it. I'm going to put the Let It Snow on the bottom. And what I really like is it's super sparkly. Seeing that pretty? So on the bottom, we're going to do the bottom bow first. So we're going to do like 11-inch tail. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a trick. All right. I want to Let It Snow. All right. To all go this way. So when I twist it, you see what happens. And you see that? It's going this direction. All right, so what you do is you put it in and then you twist it once it is in the bow maker. Just like that, okay? It's nice ribbon. I don't like yicky ribbon. I'm picky. All right, so again, this one, we're just gonna tie it, we're doing 6 inches. All right, we're just doing it once. We twist it once. We twist this one once. All right, so I've showed this to my group before. It's just you have to twist it twice, okay? You twist it twice in order to get it back to. The only problem with this, oh yeah, this is the Pro Bow, it's the Pro Bow 4-in-1. and the pegs never come out. Are you saying that you can't do that, Cece? Yes, you can. All right, so I will show you another way, but let's get this part done. So when I'm making a bow, I like to put this at the bottom, this at the top, and the last one in the middle. It just tends to sit better in the middle. Okay. So see, what you're doing is you're putting it down and then you're just twisting the whole piece. All right. Can you see that? That's that double twist. It really works better if you get the whole bow in there, the whole loop in there first before you twist it. So trying to twist your ribbon around twice, it's very difficult to get it to work. All right. I'm going to show you another way. Okay? So that's way number one. Remember, we pulled this one down, this one up, this one's in the middle. Now, let's pull out the Easy Bow Maker so I can show you this way. All right. The other way I do this is by hand, okay? The trick to doing this by hand, you did? Yeah. I'm sure she does have them on Etsy. It's just look up Pro Bow the Hand. Yeah. See, Regina's on here. All right. So you pinch it just like this, okay? And then you go under for this side, all right? Just like that. And y'all, I know this is 6 inches just because I've been making them so long. All right. But you can go from 0 to 12 on your board. And on this side, we come around, okay? So you can see that they match. All right, so it's like a figure 8. If you do want to twist them, what you're going to do is twist it and then twist it again, and you're still going to have to go in the same direction. So I think it's better when you're doing it like this not to twist it. So on the right side they go under, and on the left side they go over. I am not putting them in front or in back. I'm just stacking them next to each other right inside my hand. This is how I usually teach doing this, okay? But I know some people have to use the bow maker, so that's why I wanted to show you how to do it with the bow maker. So to sign up for Kajabi, you just follow the link. It's free. It's for the masterclass, and the videos are going to get uploaded there every day. Okay. All right, so now we have our 3 loops. I'll just trim it off. And we just use the bow maker to hold it together, okay? So we'll set this aside and we'll continue on with the one we're doing. All right, so hopefully that helped you with patterned ribbon. All right, so now we're gonna put this one in. So we did 3 loops, 6 inches, okay? All right, so I like to make sure my tails are out front. Here's another thing, your tails do not always have to match. It is okay if they are a little mismatched. All right, so I put my ribbon in, I twist it so that the ugly side's up. All right, and then I'm just going to come across, make sure that it matches the same loop size, so 6 inches. All right, and then 6 inches. Six inches. 6 inches. All right, so it's pretty easy to go ahead and start to pull out your ribbon and get it fluffing while it's still in there. This is my favorite bow maker. You're seeing it right now. This is my favorite. The big Pro bow is just too time consuming for me. I don't really need one like that, but this one is great. My hands don't hurt. It's just awesome. I'm going to use just a tiny little bit of a just kind of leftover ribbon I have. It's just white. We're just going to do one loop with it. Okay, so 6 inches. 6 inches. This was left over from, I think, the skate kit. So if you got the skate kit, you have this. All right. Now, we're going to pull out our zip tie. We'll get one for each bow. Okay. Got my little pipe cleaners here. So I take my zip tie, I go under one whole section of the bow. All right. I just want to pull it down enough to get it out of the bow maker. Okay, let's set this one there. Let's make the second one. So I'm going to take this out of the Easy Bow Maker. All right. We're going to put it down in here. Okay. All right, so exact same bow. Remember, we just did this part by hand, so we didn't have to do any twisting. Okay. Alrighty. Now we will use the black and white. So these bows are going to be the same. Okay. So dovetail. Did I dovetail that? No. Dovetail. So I don't want these tails to be very long. We may even end up cutting some off. So this bow is slightly smaller than the other one. I want it to be, maybe it's like a 1/2 inch smaller. Okay. So we're just gonna match the loop size that's already on here. So 2 of this loop. Move that so you can see. Excuse me. Woo! Okay, so 2 of this loop. There we go. Trim it off. Alright, so we're probably done with that ribbon. Okay. There we go. To hold my finger here while I'm moving things around, just to make sure things aren't going to go where I don't want them to. It just saves you a little time later. Okay, so we'll put our white in. We do put the white a little bit longer just because we can curl it. Isn't it pretty? It really stands out. I'm making it a little bit smaller. There we go. Alrighty. Alright, so our other zip tie. Okay, we're going to run it around one side. You want to make sure that you have everything, tails and all. And then we will start. Alright, pull it out. Okay, but you see how fast it is to do bows if you use a bow maker. I know, don't you love the ribbons? and none of these are expensive. So what I like to do is I will hold one side. I'm not going to squash it. I'm just going to hold it. And I'm going to run that zip tie around and put it where the crease was from the bow maker. Then I'll put my pipe cleaner under here. I'll start to tighten it. Before it's completely tightened, I'm going to come around the front and I'm just going to make sure that I don't need to adjust anything. So I'll kind of move my tails down in the front and I'll move my little loops around, make sure they're pretty much where I want them. You know, nothing has gotten sucked in. And then I'm going to tighten it really good. Me too, I love black and white. Alright, so there's one. Okay, same thing with this one. We're going to hold it on one side, pull the zip tie around, because this ribbon will want to move with it. That's why you want to do that. Alright, get our other pipe cleaner, run it under. Okay, same thing. So I pull all of my tails in the front. It's much easier to do it before your bow is completely tied down. So you see how that one was wanting to be up here? I can make sure all my loops look fine. So if one of your loops looks too long or too short, you can correct it before you completely tighten it. Okay, and then we'll tighten it. So if you have problems with your hands, use your pliers. Just put your pliers at the end and push down. All right, now let's fluff. Whoops. All right, so I hold the zip tie back. I'm not going to cut it off yet. I'm going to take both ends of my pipe cleaner and I'm going to hold all three of these pieces, okay, and I will switch hands back and forth while I'm fluffing. Always start at the back, so start on the bottom, and you want to break the bow from the middle just by kind of holding back and forth like this. It also helps to get it much fluffier. Alright, so then we go to the next level, and then we're going to run our hands under our tails, get all that lovely glitter on our tail, because that's exactly what we're doing. Okay, I'll clip this one off, set it right there. And then we're going to fluff the next one. So same exact thing. I hold the three pieces in the back, and then I start to do the twisting. If you have tightened it properly, it's not going to come loose. It's not going to come out. So that's why I like to use zip ties, because I can really kind of move them around. I can't do that with wire. The wire will tend to break because I can't get it tight enough to do this twisting. And I really like the way my bows look when I have broken that center and they twist out the little pieces that get stuck down in there. Okay. Alright. Now, clip this one off. Now, I'm sure y'all have noticed I haven't talked about the sign yet, and there's a reason for that. We are going to put the sign on towards the end, because what I want to show you today, one of the things I want to show you today is how you can make multiple listings out of one project. Okay, so it is not difficult to find black and white mesh. It is not difficult to find an evergreen base, and it's not difficult to find black and white ribbon. Alright, so we're going to take the bigger bow so you can see. Alright, this is the bigger bow, and we're going to put the bigger bow at the bottom. We're going to put the smaller bow at the top. Alright, so we're just going to take it and we're going to go right down to the base. Now, If you want your bow to kind of sink in, thank you, you just go right down to the base, all right, and you tie it down. If you don't like your bows to sink in and you really want them, you have break the bow. If you really want them to stand up a little bit more, remember how we kept these little pieces of mesh? What you're going to do is you're going to take your mesh and you're going to make one more roll, okay, just like this, and you're going to tie it to the bottom of your bow, okay, and then when you put it on and put it down, you see what happens? It is no longer going to be sinking in because that mesh is going to hold it up. I love black and white too, right? Yeah, break the bow. I swear I'm going to come out with a t-shirt that says that. I just haven't got time to do it. Break the bow and fluff and walk away. They'll be there. Yeah, so all of my training is on Kajabi because I like to be able to get to it from a phone, an iPad, a computer, because I think the other teaching platforms are just too limiting. They're too limiting. It makes it too difficult. All right, so you can see I am tying it right around the frame. Wait, where did my other piece go? All right, right there. Okay, so you always want to make sure you tie it to the frame because that's going to be the strongest piece. Fluff and walk away, that's right. You have messed up internet? Oh no. All right, there. Now we can kind of refluff a little bit. So remember we put that mesh under here, and that mesh is really going to do a great job of holding up our bow and making sure our bow is going to stay nice and fluffed up on top of our wreath. Okay, so then we want to take our tails and kind of separate them out. Kind of curl this one up a little bit. There we go. So it looks very nice if you will separate your ribbon out like this. So your tails so that you can see them. Wait, where's the other tail? Here it is. It kind of got stuck down there. There we go. All right. So curl it up. All right. There we go. So we got bow one on. Now, we're going to do bow two. All right. I don't need as much mesh down here, but what you can do if you have a small piece is just fold it in half and then plump it under there. Okay. You just want it to perform the action of keeping it off of the wreath. Okay. Same thing, I'm gonna tie it to the frame, but I actually want to go a little bit more towards the bottom. Okay. I'm gonna tie this one on loosely because I want to show you a couple things. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. Now, the next part is going to be adding in our ribbons. Here's what's different. Okay, let's zoom back in here. This is what's different. We're going to take these ribbons separately and put them in. And where we're going to put them is where we see the green parts. So these are 13 inches, which is also, you know, a little bit unusual for me. We just take it folded in half just like normal. So pinch it up, get our tails going like that, and then we're going to go right where the green part is, and we're just going to twist one tie around it, just like that, okay? So we can alternate just so we get a good mixture. All right, so I'm just going to where I have green, okay? I'm gonna put my ribbon here, and I'm just gonna take a piece of this greenery, and I'm just gonna tie it around. Just cinch it on there, okay? Like that. So you're going to end up using a lot less ribbon, all right? You're only going to use one roll of mesh. So now we've done one roll of mesh and 2 ribbons, and we're not even using the whole ribbon, but we've also gotten our bow, 2 bows. One of the things that the supply list tells you is it will tell you the price that I paid for all of this so that you know approximately how much it costs, so you can calculate out what you would sell it at, okay? All right. There we go. I do cut these a little bit longer, and I do that because with this evergreen, it can kind of sink in a little bit more. Hey, Brenda. Okay. There we go. So you don't need a ton of this because we do have 2 bows that are kind of across from each other. There we go. Was looking a little low. All right. Alrighty. Hey, Bev, you found it. Yay. Okay. So I'm doing the same thing on the bottom. Hello. How are you? Yes, that's exactly what you need to do. You need to write down the cost. But hey, I put my free calculator in here. Make sure you get it and use it. It'll calculate a lot of stuff for you because I am a spreadsheet girl. I like spreadsheets. Remember I told you I was a math person. Most math people are into spreadsheets. So, alrighty. You can also kind of bend your ribbon in a little bit to give it a little bit more character. So remember, ribbon is one of the best ways to kind of fill in a wreath without spending a ton of money. So, all right, we're going to do kind of over here on this side. Okay. I cut 8 of each of these. I don't think we'll use them all. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Looks like I smashed my bow a tiny bit. As I do. We all do that, right? Okay. All right, so now I'm just kind of looking for obvious spots that I might need to add another ribbon. I have one right here. Okay. There we go. All right. I could add one in right here. And I can see one on the top I could probably do. I'm just kind of, oh, I'm out of the frame. Hello. That wasn't very helpful, was it? That's why I keep that camera in front of me so I can see. Thank you, Bev. All right. So let's do one right over here. I'm just putting one in the back. I just want to use the ones that I have up. And we'll do one more. Ooh, my nose. Like right here. All right, now. So we've gotten all of our ribbon in. All right. So we have our two bows. Whoops. We have our two bows. One a little bit higher. One a little bit lower. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our glue pot going and we're going to decorate this up. Alright, now I said I was going to show y'all how you can make multiple projects out of this, right? Okay, so this is already really pretty. You could pull this bow up just a little bit and have them side by side, take a picture, list it. Alright? One of the things that I like is that signs, okay, can make your projects look completely different. Alright? So we have several different signs. We have this one. So see how that one looks? Alright. Then we have this one. Completely different look. This one. Alright, so those are all Christmas. Then, if it doesn't sell, you take that sign off and you put a winter sign on it. You see that? So just by changing out the sign, you can make another listing with your project. So you can have a couple of signs, a winter sign, a Christmas sign, a couple different kinds of Christmas signs. So you might like want one that has the leopard print in it. Leopard print is super popular. It still has the black and white. Or you might want to have one that has the buffalo plaids in it. And then to have like a couple of winter ones. So what you can do, because it's expensive when you're starting out, right? It's expensive to make a wreath. It's not very expensive to buy a sign, okay? So I did put these signs in a special group in case y'all want to find any of them. I know, don't you love this one? I love it. So you could do one sign, two signs, one listing, two listing, another listing. You can take one bow off and leave one bow on, do a listing. Alright, let's start. And then you can add some stuff in, do another listing. You like them all? Yeah. Yeah, so what I like is that you can really make a nice listing. You can, as long as you can redo the supplies, list multiples. Yes, I do. Y'all, I teach sublimation in my design group, if y'all are curious how we do these. And I wanted to show you, what did I do with it? I did, oh, hold on, let me go get it. I want to show y'all what I did today. Alright, so this is something I'm going to be doing with my group coming up. Look at this. It's a pillowcase, and I sublimated it. You know what I thought would be really awesome is you could do Christmas on one side and Easter on the other, and you could sell it so that they could flip it back and forth. It was fun. Tori and I had a ton of fun making that today. All right. So we're going to really make this sparkle with just adding some picks in. All right, so you can find things very similar to this at Hobby Lobby if you don't have a Carolina pottery. But this pick here, all right, when I'm looking for picks, I'm looking how many cuts can I get out of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I could even cut them a little bit more. All right? So that's what I'm always looking for. So this pick was $3, and so I got 6 pieces out of it, and that is really, I think, so amazing, because for $3 I got 6 pieces I can put. All right, I also have the pillowcase with a, let's see, where is it? Yeah. See, I have it with black and white. And this is really amazing. These are the sequence ones, and you can sublimate on these. Yes, but we're going to do another one tomorrow night. Okay, so these are wired. So I like to go ahead and start to bend them. It is a great price for 6 pieces. I'm going to run it through my glue. Okay. And I'm going to glue it into where I see greenery. All right, because that is what's going to take that glue. All right, so I'm going to start at the top and kind of do the same thing. So up, down, up, down, up, down. We have 2 of these picks. So that means we have 12 pieces we can put in here. Okay. So kind of bend it. It's going to give it a lot more personality if you just bend it a little bit. So I'm going to go down. I just push it down until I'm sure it's secure in that evergreen. See, it's not coming out. All right. Then we're going to go back up top. Remember not to have your glue super, super hot, because you will burn the crud out of yourself, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. What happens if 2 of them sell at the same time? I'm going to tell you the chances of that happening are pretty slim. However, I would tend to do these listings like I'm telling you. I would tend to do it with things that are easy to get the supplies for, right? So like basic colors. So black and white is pretty easy to kind of change out. Yes, I did do the bow maker, but we'll do another one tomorrow night. And we're going to be giving away a kit tonight too. Casey was going to pick somebody from Kajabi. So I want to make sure you're registered in there so you have a chance at it. And make sure I have that in greenery. Okay. You see how pretty that is? All right. Okay, we're going to put it kind of back here. There we go. I'll pull it out a little bit. So see, I have it pulling out a little bit so I can see it. All right. I wanted to show you. So they had two different kinds of the flowers. They had this one, which is black, that has the white edging on it. And then they have this one that is black and white. I think this one will stand out better, but I thought I would pull them both out and look. Where can you purchase to create your signs on the Cricut? Okay, if you want to purchase the metal, is that what you want to do? Is that what you're trying to do, Ann? So the Cricut does a little bit better with wood. And you can get wood blanks. You can get them on Etsy. You can get them on Amazon. You can also do wood with sublimation. Okay. All right. So we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to keep going. If you got an email from us, then you are listed in Kajabi. Okay. If you haven't gotten an email from us, then you're probably not signed up in the Kajabi. Okay, so Kajabi is just a teaching platform. That's all it is. It's an app. You can get it on your phone so that you could watch. Like if you wanted to go back and rewatch a section, yes, you can get the wood from Dollar Tree. You can get a lot of stuff to sublimate from the Dollar Tree. A lot. They have a ton of stuff. As a matter of fact, that's going to be something we're going to be doing soon. Different stuff you can sublimate from the Dollar Tree. Okay. You see how I'm kind of twisting it up like this? Yeah. Let's do right down here. All right, so the only thing you really have to do is just kind of push it in to make sure that it is holding on to that pick. Okay. This one I think we will use in our bow. So like right up here. Okay. I like to add stuff into my bow. It really helps to tie your bow in to your project. Okay. Alright, so you could stop at this point and list it. See how pretty that is? Alrighty. Y'all, some of these are so hard to cut. If I knew where my stem cutter was, that would work great, but okay. So this is really stiff. It's almost like paper. It's very stiff. It's really pretty, isn't it? All right, so we can put this. What I think I want to do is put it opposite the bow, like that. All right. So I'm going to get glue on this pick here. Alright, and then I've got to find where that greenery is, and I need to make sure it gets down in there, right there. Alright, so you can see, isn't that pretty? Alright, let's see, do we like this one or this one? I think I kind of like the, I'm not sure. I may put this up here. Aren't these flowers pretty? And they weren't that much. They were like $4. You can find these anywhere. Right? So, and they're wired. So you can kind of pull them and kind of spread them out and make it look nice and open. All right, I think we're going to put this one right up here. All right, so let's get, y'all, I have a wooden spoon in my glue pot because sometimes I have to get stuff up higher. It works. It works really well. All right. So this is not going to be something that's going to be huge and jumping out at you, because I didn't want huge jumping out at you, but I want something to add a little bit more oomph to it. Alright, so we also have these. I don't know if I'm going to use these just because I don't know if it's going to be too much, but I wanted to give y'all options. Okay, so if you can't find something like this, find something like this. If you can't find something like this, then you can use this. You can use the little ornaments. So they have these cute little ornaments with the little pine cones and the little bell in it. Ooh. Ooh, we have another one. Let's put it on the other side of the bow. Yeah. There we go. Oh, I love that. I love the white. We could take, actually what we could do is we could take a couple of these. So these were $3. My internet was bad last night, y'all. It was terrible. So we can take a couple of these out. Let's just do a couple. All right, and what we can do is we can put them in our bow. That will be cute. All right, so we're just going to take it, we're going to pull that ribbon up and glue this right in between the ribbon. Okay, we got one. Let's do this other one. Let's spread this out a little. Okay, so just lift it up and just glue it right down into, see? All right. So you do not have to cover every little spot in here that has green, because it's totally fine if a little bit of it stands out. It is also okay if you only have 2 pieces in here and you don't have that third that makes the triangle, because I tell my group this all the time. It's great to have triangles, but this is a triangle right here. So this bow, or this flower, this bow, and this flower create a triangle. These 3 create a triangle. These 3 create a triangle. So it doesn't always have to be like one here, one here, one here. The triangles also don't have to be exactly aligned perfectly. What you want to do is you just want to look at it and just judge it with your eye. Here is another option that you can do, that you can add in. So this is eucalyptus. We actually used some of this last night. So like if you take a piece of the eucalyptus, you can put it in. Let's see if we can make it bend. Yeah. So see, you can put it in and just bend it a little bit. All right, and this would be really great if you decided to use the green sign. So see, if we decided, okay, the green sign is what we're going to use, then putting this little bit of greenery in just makes it really kind of tie in. All right, so now let's talk about the sign. All right, so you see how at each stage you can actually stop, take pictures, and then you can list it like that. Thank you. It's a fun project, isn't it? Absolutely. Yes, you could put like a sign with a pop of red in it, and then you could just pop some red ornaments in it. Absolutely. Ice blue. So like, see, we have this sign. So you can put this sign in it, and then just put a couple of blue, this ice blue ornaments in it, and you're good to go. Do you? Yeah, see my wooden spoon? It does get coated in glue, but if I set it down in there and let it get hot, then I can pull it off. Actually, you know what it is? Carson loves to pick the glue off of that, so he picks the glue off for me. Isn't that funny? All right. So I'm just going to get my wire out. Yeah. Let's see. I wonder if I have any ornaments around here that are the blue. Let me get the sign in. I'll go look. So what I like about this, especially the black and white, is it is timeless. And it is really easy to just flop out signs. So you could list one, no sign. One with this sign. One with this sign. You know, you can take one bow out. Yeah, the good old blue spoon. So there's so many ways that you can make multiple listings out of one wreath. And I'll tell you, the chances of that wreath selling multiple times on the same day, it's slim. Unless you really are selling a lot, and in which case you wouldn't need to do that to have multiple listings with one thing. Okay? All right. Thank you. I love black and white. Black and white is just, to me, one of the best color combinations. I like red and black too. Oh, the wooden spoon, I actually have it in my glue pot. And sometimes if I need, like let's say I'm going to do this pick and I want to get some glue up here on this higher part, then I take the glue spoon and I run the glue across there. It just helps me get glue on my items because, y'all, when I have a glue gun, I just burn the ever-living crap out of myself. It's just not nice. It's not good. All right. So now, what I want to do is I want to maneuver my sign right in here. And what I can do is I can loosely tack it. I can actually tie it right down to the greenery that's back here in the back. And then it's easy for me to just plop in the next sign and take a picture with that. Yeah, I love black and white. So this is why we kept the tails short up here. All right. So we could put our sign in. Right, like that. Okay. You could also put it directly in the middle, so like this. So there's a few different areas that you could place your sign. I think that looks pretty good right there. Like that. See how different it looks with that? All right, hold on, let me see if I have any of those little ornaments. What do you think, Bella? Alright, I do not have ice blue, but look what I do have. So you see how if you add just a little bit extra, how it just totally changes and elevates it? So what you could do is take these, you would want them to be long, alright, and then like cut it off, and then you would place it in here and let it kind of pull out from the wreath, like that. You see how different it looks just by adding just a little bit of detail? You need a Christmas camper. I have a Christmas camper sign in my shop. I sure do. All right. So does anybody have any questions that I missed? I'm just so glad everything worked tonight. After we fixed the sound in the beginning. See, look, you could also do, see how that makes it look very different. This one makes it look very different. And so does this one. So just by changing out your sign, you can really change the look. So I would put this in a 22 by 22 by 8 box. I know you got grounded by your family, Owl. That's because you burned something. Yes, exactly. See, that's why I like this side, because it has that pop of color and it just really stands out from the wreath. But see, every buyer is different, right? So some people really like traditional and some people really like country and some people like modern, and so you can a white camper with a Christmas tree on top. Okay, I'll see if I can do one like that. I have a sign that says believe in the magic, but you want me to make one that says family believes? I can do that. If y'all have a special sign you want me to make, you just need to email me. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Clara. That's so sweet. I love the green one too. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, so let me hold it up so y'all can see the whole thing. Wait, where's that bow? I have the bow turned a little bit. I was like, what is wrong with this picture? You turned your bow, Lori. There we go. Okay. So there it is. See how pretty? And see, look how pretty it is even without the sign on it. You can also take one of your bows, all right, and you can move it to the center. So if you ever wanted to do a nice big bow in the center, all you have to do is you take, what the heck's that? You take pipe cleaners and you do a T across in the middle. You can also do this for signs, and then you just get it right down in there. And it keeps that bow from sinking in. You could also put mesh in the middle. Thank you. Hey, Rachel. We're done. What you think? I'm so glad you did too, Jean. Did you get your buddies in? Yeah, that's my favorite sign too. Yes, I'm working on your sign, Cindy. I'm hoping I'll have it maybe tomorrow. I had like 4 or 5 requests in. I had to get them done. So what sign would I use in a rose gold wreath? I actually have a sign with rose gold. It has a nutcracker on it, but really just any sign that has rose and gold in it. We're actually going to be doing a swag with rose gold. Is that tomorrow? I can't remember. Do you remember what's tomorrow, Casey? Thank you, Susan and Dawn. Thank you, Bev. Aw. Thank you, Owl. Wonderful. I'm so glad y'all enjoyed it. how I started to where I am with 116,000 followers now. Yeah, so when I started my business, I actually started making wreaths a lot because I was working a very stressful job. So I was a chief financial officer for a hospital. I was actually chief financial officer and chief operating officer. So I was the number 2 in the hospital. Very stressful. And I would come home at nights and I would make wreaths, and that's how I relieved my stress. And so I would take these wreaths in to work with me, and they would sell right off my door all the time. And so my kids were younger then, and they thought YouTube was cool. So we decided I was going to do a YouTube channel. And so I did. And then I realized that I loved teaching more than anything. And so once I figured that out, and once I realized that people really wanted to listen and to, for me to help them learn all the things that I've learned, then I just kept growing and growing. I mean, a big part of doing well on YouTube or Facebook is consistency. You really need to be consistent, be yourself, because people are going to identify with your personality. So you just want to be yourself. You don't have to have a business license when you sell on Etsy, but eventually you're going to need to get one. Yeah. Oh yeah, make sure that y'all are signed up for the Kajabi, because we are sending out Etsy tips all week as part of your email. Thank you. Reindeer tomorrow. Yes, I'm excited about reindeer. We're doing the reindeer tomorrow. Yep. Oh, thank you, Cindy. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, we're using Kathy's reindeer tomorrow. Whoop, whoop. All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a great Friday night. I am going to pack Bella up and go home. Absolutely. I'm happy to give y'all tips. All right, so y'all have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Everybody attracts the crazy Susan. You just kind of have to roll with the punches. And you are not crazy. You're funny. All right. Bye, y'all. Oh, yeah. So I didn't tell you this part of my story. So I ended up quitting my job and staying home with my children because one of my children has kind of a issue with being out in public and stuff. So Carson has issues with kind of how to relate to other kids. And I have my 86-year-old and 87-year-old parents. And so I needed to be able to take care of them and to take care of my children. And so I was blessed. I'm blessed every day that people follow me and buy my products and join my groups. That allows me to continue to do that for my family. So I appreciate it more than I can ever say. All right. So y'all have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Bye, y'all.